So hello everybody and welcome. Yes, welcome here. Welcome back to BSN Network. And I know it's been so long since I've been in front of this mic, since I've been talking to you guys. And I'm going to talk about that in the first 5 minutes of our show because it's been a long time and it's about that time for me to, start again, and I'm going to be trying my best to make a streak, alright? I'm going to be trying my best to, get back on track. Starting next week, I'm going to be doing Monday through Friday and doing all that again, so it's great. It's great to, know that, I'm back, and, I'm so happy that I'm back here talking again because there's a lot of stuff I missed. A lot of stuff I've missed from sports and, just kind of talking. But don't worry, I'm all caught up on it. Yes, I know LeBron went to the Lakers. I'm all caught up on it. I am all caught up on it. But there's some big news today. I'm back. I'm going to tell you a little bit of what happened. Okay, it was not my fault. It was not all my fault. It was, my camera that I have I use for other purposes. And I had to turn it in by the summer. So just for letting you know, I may not pod in the summers. I may just take off in the summers and pod again. We don't have to really worry about that because it's not even close to the summer. So I don't pod in the summer. Because I don't have my computer and, other computers don't have this kind of thing. So, or my camera. So, well, what happened was then I got it back, and I was just, not even thinking about doing a pod, right? I mean, I got asked, when are you doing another pod? And I was kind of just like, I don't know, sometime. And now I've been watching, I always watch broadcasts on the TV. I always watch broadcasts. And I'm like, I gotta get back into doing this. Like, I haven't done this in so long, and I mean, I gotta get back into doing this. I mean, I haven't done it since about June, July, August, September, and almost into November. So almost about 5 months I took off on pods. And I feel bad because I never let you guys know that I was taking off. I remember that last pod I did, I was kind of just, casually saying, I'll do another pod. And then I forgot that I had to return my camera, and that turned into a whole thing. And I have no way to communicate with you guys, of course, without the camera and me in front of the mic. So here I am now. I'm going to be broadcasting tomorrow. And here's my schedule because you may have forgot. I broadcast from Monday through Fridays. I take off on the weekends. I may, though, unless if it's a Super Bowl special, I may be doing like a Super Bowl special on my pods. It all depends. I'm still thinking about it. I've still got time. I still got until February to think about if I'm going to do a Super Bowl special. I may. Okay, it all depends on if I have open time, okay? I may do a Super Bowl special. I've been podcasting for about a year now. December I've been podcasting, so it's pretty great. And, of course, I'm back here in my setup, same setup. I moved a few things around, but here I am again. And I know I'm taking a lot of time on this intro. It's because I'm going to talk sports today. Don't worry, I'm going to talk sports. But it's because it's a sports talk show. I just want to talk and explain why I was not here. I'm glad I'm back. I did not want to miss all those days. I just kind of, was just, with all the things that were in the sports and all the things that were happening, my brain was just going to explode if I started talking ever again. So here I am, starting off small. We got a few topics today. We got Hugh Jackson, Rajon Rondo, and the Lakers, Cavs and Ty Lue, Nets, Knicks, and Rangers. Of course, we have Hugh Jackson. I want to talk about that, just because, I was going to talk about the World Series, but it's kind of a little late, it's kind of a little late. It's a little late. So, either Boston had their parade today or yesterday. I think today's Thursday. Honestly, I think today's Thursday, right? Should know. Happy Halloween to all of you. I know some of you may be watching this tomorrow, but if you're watching it today, live, then happy Halloween. Now, of course, I got my little wreath thingy right there with fall colors on it, and then soon got to decorate I put lights up here for Christmas, and sometimes put like a little gnome, but like a little Christmas dude. So, so let's get into it. Alright? So, Hugh Jackson used to be the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. And here's the whole thing with him, right? So, he was a head coach of the Browns. He coached with them from 2016 to 2018. Yes, you heard me, 2018 was his last time coaching with the Browns. He got fired. Okay, he got fired. And, he got fired. And it's pretty, I'm sure, frustrating for him, but he got fired. And this season so far has been pretty good for the Browns. Browns could be 8-0 right now if they would have won their games. All right, let me just, they could have been 8-0. First, let me just pull up their schedule really quickly, and I could show you how they can be 8-0. First off, they played great against the Steelers this week. Yeah, they lost, but I'll tell you what, they didn't play bad. Okay, they did not play bad. They were in that game. Right, so their first game of the season was against the Steelers, okay? They tied that game, 21-21. Okay, I don't think anybody thought that they were going to tie that game. I don't think anybody thought that they were going to be close to tying that game. No. People thought that the Steelers are going to be insane this season. I mean, you look at their past 2 seasons. They're all right. Without Le'Veon Bell's a little rusty. I've actually got my fantasy team. I've got James Conner on it and Le'Veon Bell. I just dropped Le'Veon Bell to pick up because I have 3 players on my fantasy team this week. 5. 2 on the Eagles, Wentz, Jeffrey, and Ertz, or 3 on the Eagles, and 2 on different teams. And I'm pretty sure it's T.Y. Hilton, I don't know. But I dropped Bell because I picked up Edelman, who I used to have, and now I'm going to drop Fuller because he's on IR. So it's a tough week for me in fantasy, and I'm playing the best dude in our league. So it's tough for me to, in fantasy this week. But the Browns could have beat the Steelers that game. They could have, right? They tied. Now go to the Saints. Saints won 21-18. It's because the Browns kicker missed it. So they could be 2-0 right now. They could be 2-0. Okay, they could be 2-0. Because also in the Steelers game, I remember I was at a friend's house watching the games. I go there pretty much every Sunday to watch the football games. And we were all watching the game. Because the Jets, played on Monday night. So I was just kind of there watching games. So, obviously, I'm a Jets fan. And they played their Monday night. So, anyway, so we were watching, and it was the final kick, 21-21, and the guy just shanks it. Or he didn't shank it, but he blocked it. The Steelers player blocked it. So, they're possibly 2-0. Don't really want to talk about this game because I watched the whole game and I stayed up late to watch it. Don't want to talk about it, but they beat the Jets. All right, I'm not going to talk about that much because I still can't get over that game. They beat them 21-17. They made a comeback. Jets had a 14-0 lead. If the Jets never injured Tyrod, Baker would have never came in. They would have lost the game. Okay, 21-17. That's possibly 3-0. Okay. Raiders, they lose 45-42 in OT. That's possibly 4-0 if they win. Okay? Final in OT, they win. Okay, that's possibly 5-0. Chargers, that's not really a game that you have to be mad about or say that that's a 5-0 game. I mean, yeah, to be an undefeated record because they got blown out by the Chargers 38-14. Okay, so I'm going to say that's 1 loss. But then you come back and you play the Buccaneers. That's a loss in OT. Okay, they're possibly right now sitting at 6-1 right now, right? And then they lost against the Steelers. Now they have the Chiefs home. Okay, they're possibly sitting right now top that division 6-2. I mean, I'm not joking. I am literally not joking. And they decided to fire Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson did a great job this season, 2-5-1. You can't get much better than that. And the Chargers are good this season. They played the Steelers. They fought in both games against the Steelers with probably a Hall of Fame quarterback on the other team in the Steelers. and Ben Roethlisberger, probably Hall of Fame quarterback, but they held him. They held him. And the Browns this season are playing perfectly fine. They go to the Chiefs. I'll run down that game tomorrow. Fridays I do football, so I'll run down that game tomorrow, okay? It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. But I really think the Browns shouldn't have fired Hugh Jackson. If you're going to fire him, fire him at the end of this season. Because then you know what this happens is then you got an intern coach, or a.k.a. their defensive coordinator. And that's not good. That is not good because that doesn't really head coach. And you're probably not going to win another game with him. Maybe one or two. It's because he's not usually in that head coaching position. It's probably frustrating for a Browns fan, knowing that they actually had hope with this coach. His record's 11-44 in his career and won. Okay, that's what he is. His record's 11-44 in his career. Okay, he's not the best coach. He's not the best coach, of course. But I think Browns and all their fans and stuff, I think they got a jolt of energy when Baker Mayfield came on. Coaches, GMs, I feel like that whole team just came alive. And now they're 2-5, better than 0-16, and they fire their head coach. I question it a little. Also, Hugh Jackson is coaching a pretty bad team. Browns are not that bad. Browns are not a Super Bowl contender, okay? Okay, I know sometimes it's the head coach, but the Browns have been bad. Okay, I think their last good season was about 2011. I think they went 9-7 or something. But other than that, they've been borderline 3-13, 4-12, 5-11. They haven't been great. They've been all right. Hugh Jackson comes in there, wins 3 games with them. He goes 3-36 with them. And that's why they fire him. So now their defensive coordinator will come on here. Where could Hugh Jackson go? Who could come in as a head coach for the Browns? I know we're all going to be talking about that. I'm going to spend a little time on that because I do have to get into our next topic because I did make a big intro, about a 5-minute intro, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time on that. Here's my thing. I think it's a possibility. I don't want it to happen. I think a lot of Browns fans do, and some Jets fans. But I do not want to see Todd Bowles get fired and him go to the Browns. There's rumors that at the end of this season, Todd Bowles will go to the Browns and be head coach there. This is a big week for the Jets. This is a huge week for the Jets. They're 3-5, right? They have against the Dolphins, who's a win. That's a winner. That's a winner. You can win that game. It's not a Patriots game. You can win that game. Then they come home against the Bills, which I'm actually going to that game. So they're going home against the Bills. Those are 2 easy wins for the Jets. That's a record of 5-5. These 2 weeks are huge for the Jets. Because then you get into the next conference games. You get into the Bills again. You get the Patriots twice. I think after the Bills week, the Jets have to play the Patriots. So it doesn't get much easier for the Jets after the Dolphins and the Bills game. So the Jets need to win this game. If they go 3-7 by the end of that game, they got to beat the Patriots twice, okay, to even get back up to 5-7. And they got to go on a 6-game winning streak to even get to 9-7. So these 2 weeks are huge for the Jets. They cannot be standing at 3-7 heading into play the Patriots, the Titans, who are a good team. A little bit of a stupid move by the head coach to go for 2. I don't know if that was just because he wanted to win the game or he wanted to get home and get out of London. I don't know. Still question that call. It's a 21-20 game. You could kick a field goal, take it into overtime, and decides to go for 2. And he did not have to go for 2. He did not. Should have just went for the field goal, and it could have been won a game. So the Jets need to win these 2 games if you want to see Todd Bowles there next season. Hugh Jackson, where will he go? I don't know. I have no idea. There's a very small chance Lincoln Riley comes over from the Oklahoma Sooners because of the chemistry between him and Baker. They have good chemistry, so there's a chance he comes over. to the Browns. So there's a chance he comes over to the Browns. I think that it's more so going to be Todd Bowles, if anything. I don't think they're going to take a college coach and just plop him in the NFL just because there's one player on your team that you got chemistry with. But there's a chance, Todd Bowles. I don't want to see Todd Bowles there. I really don't. You don't know how much I like Todd Bowles. I really like him. I think he's a fabulous coach. Once again, he's coaching a borderline bad team. Okay, he's not coaching a great team. He's not coaching the Patriots. He's being handed the microphone in the play calling list and saying, coach this football team. And the Jets team, I'm a huge Jets fan, okay? I'm a huge Jets fan. If you're watching me watch games, I'm screaming. The Jets, I've been watching them for a long time now. They have not had a good team really since 2010. 2010 was their last good team. They lost against the Steelers in the AFC Championship game. And after that, it's kind of been a rebuild for the Jets. 2011, I don't think they did anything. 2012 didn't do anything. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, they're not doing much. So after this season, it's going to be about 9 seasons of rebuild, which is frustrating. So we'll see. Yeah, so anyway, so Hugh Jackson fired. Do I agree with this move? That's really the whole question, and I don't think so. You know, he's done great. Yeah, maybe the end of the season you could have fired him. Maybe the end of the season. That doesn't mean fire him beginning of the season when there's still time going into week 9. I really think Hugh Jackson and Baker Mayfield and some of those players just brought a volt of energy into that team. I really do. I just think they brought into a nice volt of energy. You may think I'm stupid, but I think they did. I really did. So now we move on to our next topic, Rajon Rondo and the Lakers. Is Rajon Rondo the problem? That's the real question. I don't know. Right? It all depends. I personally think here that Rondo is not the problem. Of course, Lakers right now are sitting at 2-5 record. Just come off of a loss against the T-Wolves, 124-120. Lakers are a team right now with LeBron that is expecting to be 7-0. Expecting to be 7-0. Now, here's the whole time. Is it a better fit for LeBron to not have Rondo? Because I'll tell you what, an interesting stat comes into mind. The Lakers without Rondo are 2-1. Lakers with Rondo are 0-4. So it's an interesting stat. So with Rondo, when Rondo has played, they've lost 4 games this season. When he hasn't played, they've won 2 games this season. So they're 2-5 on the season. Both of those wins coming without Rondo. One of those losses coming without Rondo, but it's better than 4 losses. So you bring it to equation here. What happens if you went without Rondo this whole time? You went without Rondo this whole time, and then you go out with Rondo this whole time, and then you end up carving a winning team. Rondo here is not a bad player. He's an okay player. But when an 0-4 record haunts you when you play, it's tough. So here it is. He's 115.0 points per game with the Lakers. The Lakers are with him. Okay, 47.8 field goal percentage, 31.3 3-point percentage, 23.5 assists per game. Without him, 2-1 record, 131.3 points per game. 51.2 field goal percentage, 35.4 3-point percentage, and 31.3 assists per game. So those are better stats without him, right? Without him. So what I'm talking about here is, I'm not just saying are they better without him, or is LeBron better without him? And obviously you probably want LeBron to be better without him, if anything, because if that's the case, then LeBron's the star of your team, right? That guy's carrying that team. I mean, I know they're losing. I know they're 2-5, but I mean, that guy right now is putting up. I think all of the games except one of the games this season, LeBron has had the most points on the team. I think one game Kuzma has brung up and ringed up, I think, 20-something points, and LeBron only had like 19 or something. LeBron's already gotten a triple-double. He's getting double-doubles every game. I mean, the guy's insane. The guy is just insane. The guy's averaging 20-something points per game. He's got about 29 points every game is what he's getting, and he's carrying this Lakers team. And I think this is the problem. This season's not going to be great for the Lakers because I think it's the first season with him in there. I don't think this is going to be a big season. You know what I just noticed, though? Talking about Kuzma, talking about the Lakers in general. That LeVar Ball dude, he hasn't even opened up his mouth. He has not even opened up his mouth yet. He hasn't. I mean, he literally hasn't. I think that since LeBron came in here, there's no room to talk. You got the biggest name in basketball, and you got no room to talk. Your son's not anymore the leader of the team, in quotes, because he was never really the leader of the team, in my opinion. Kuzma had a great season last season. So now we move into Rajon Rondo, Cavs and Ty Lue. Okay. So I have about 10 minutes left on the show, so I'm going to talk about Cavs and Ty Lue. So here we go. So Cavaliers, if you know, I don't know if you do. If some of you follow basketball, some of you may not. But Cavaliers fired their head coach, Tyronn Lue. Cavaliers are selling seats for $2, and the Cavaliers are 1-6. Easy as that, simple as that. That's how it is. Cavaliers were once a great team, and it's funny to think about what one player can do. LeBron comes in there. Oh my goodness, Cavs are insane. They're making the championship again. It's the Warriors and the Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. Dun dun. And then during the offseason, breaking news, LeBron James has signed with the Lakers. I think once that happened, Lakers fans sell their tickets. Not Lakers. Cavs fans sell their tickets to Lakers fans. That stadium, I watched the Nets game because these are all my favorite teams, except I'm not a big fan of the Knicks, don't like the Mets, and don't like the Giants. But Islanders, I'm alright. But if you ever hear me talking, I don't like the Knicks. I just do New York sports, so I'll talk about the Knicks today. Alright, I don't talk about the Islanders much unless if there's a trade or something going on. I should talk about them more. But yeah, these are all the teams I do. I talk about the Giants. I don't like them, and I don't like the Knicks. I don't like the Mets, but I like these teams. I'll root for the Islanders. I don't really care. I'll root for them unless they're playing the Rangers. I was watching the Nets game because, I'm a Nets fan, and I was looking at that stadium, looking at the first row, looking at some of those rows. It was not filled. It was not filled at all. It was not filled. It just wasn't. And it's crazy about last year, they were in the finals and that stadium was packed. I bet you a seat in the nosebleeds last year was about $90, $100 for a nosebleed. And now this year they're selling tickets. I don't know where. I don't know if it's in the nosebleeds. I don't know where it is. But for $2. For $2. $2. It's insane. It is literally insane. And they just fired their coach, Ty Lue, who had an excellent record with them. He was an NBA champion, All-Star Game head coach. And he was insane. He was a good coach with the team, an NBA champion, and they fire him. Alright, now during the Summer League, they asked Ty Lue how he felt about LeBron not being there. And he said something between these lines like, oh, well, we just got to go out there and we got to play. We're he's a big part of our team that we're going to miss. And, instead of big part, huge part of your team that you're going to miss. I mean, absolutely huge part. He's a guy that has raised the ticket prices from about $100 to $98. From $98 down. Now the tickets are selling for $2, and nobody's showing up at the games. All right, nobody is. Sometimes you like that better though, because sometimes you don't like that much when it's all crowded and you have no room to that's how the Warriors are. I mean that place is always jumping Oracle. I don't like the Warriors. I always like to go for the underdog. The Warriors will win it until Curry and KD go. I think Curry's going to be there for his whole career. I think KD's looking to leave. Because I think KD wants to start his own team. Which I'm going to talk about soon on the show if there gets... I'm going to talk about that on the show soon. Not right now, probably the next month or two. I'll talk about that on the show. But I'll talk about it when it gets more into the heart of the NBA season. When it reaches like the 30th game. That's the midway point, so now let's get ready for the end point, I'm going to talk about that, but not soon, anytime soon. I'm just going to talk about it a little later. Cavs and Ty Lue. Cavs now are sitting at 1-6 with a win against the Hawks, who are much better. But at least it's a little step in the right direction for the Cavs to get a win. It's crazy. And Cavs, when LeBron was there, was such a big bandwagon team. They were such a big bandwagon. But now fans are going to stick with the Cavs. Who stick with the Cavs, and they're going to like them even. This place is going to be a wreck. Cavs. It's going to be a wreck. It's not even like... It's like Rutgers football, right? They used to be good. Remember when they won it 2011, 2012, 2010, I think, in the Big East? Now look at them. They're a train wreck. They're 1-7. Go to Wisconsin this week, which I'll cover that game. I do college football. I do the big college football games. I don't do all the college football games. But I do the big college football games. And then I'll do, the big game, like Penn State, Michigan. I'll do that game. LSU, Alabama. Do that game. I always do a Miami game because they're my favorite team. I'll do and then I do the Jets. So tomorrow, pretty much, it's all football. And now I'll have a little of a different topic mixed into it. But my first two topics are pretty much football. Really, for the NFL, I talk usually about who I think is going to win every game. And I go into more detail with the Jets and the Giants games. Just because that's more what I talk about is the Jets and the Giants. So that's what I got. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to the Cavs. And I'm very excited to see what the Lakers do these next few seasons. Yeah, maybe not this season, but this team's got some young talent, and I really do think they can do something. Man. So yeah, and another thing I was saying there, my brain froze there. I didn't even forgot what I was gonna say. But another thing I was gonna say there is, what's gonna happen here with them, and what's gonna happen with not just the Cavs, but with the whole organization. There's gonna be less food there. There's not gonna be less people buying food there. I think this place is just an absolute train wreck right now. They're selling seats for $2. $2! Yes, you hear me, $2. $2. It's insane. It is insane how much this team was and what they are now. I have all of my teams except the Yankees right now are going through a rebuild. Jets are going through a rebuild. Rangers are going to start to go through a rebuild. Yes, they are. They traded about their 3 biggest stars on their team. They're going through a rebuild. Nets are going through a rebuild, although the Nets are going to be good in the next few seasons. The only team that I don't... These 3 teams right here are my favorites. The only team that's not going through the rebuild is the Yankees. It's like a breath of fresh air. Because it used to be the only team that's not going through the rebuild was the Rangers. When the Yankees... Remember when the Yankees, 2016, they had that really bad season? They were just, not good. Yeah, all of these teams are going through a rebuild except the Rangers. Now, these 3 teams are going through a rebuild and them. And then we jump on the rebuild. I mean, I'm a very... I usually stay humble and stuff, but I am a very, very loyal fan when it comes to sports. I will never change my team to the Jets. I will never change my team with the Nets. I will never change the Rangers. I will never change the Yankees. I'm a very loyal fan. I'm not a fan that jumps on the bandwagon. So now we have in the Nets basketball. Nets are 2-5 on the season. They head away. They're against the Pistons, who it's going to be an interesting game. First game of the season, they lost against the Pistons by 3 points. Frustrating. They lost against They've had very close games. Here are some of their games that they've played. That they lost. They beat the Cavs. The Pelicans, they lost by 2. Warriors, they lost by 6. And the Knicks, they got blown out. Knicks, they lost by... Knicks, they lost by 19. So they got blown out by the Knicks. But I think today it's going to be interesting. I think today they'll come home. They'll win it. And they're home today. I think they're going to win it. And then, yeah. So anyway, I'd say they'll win today. Now let's get into the Knicks. They play today. It's going to be an interesting game. I'm not going to pick who wins that game because it's the Pacers. I say the Knicks have a chance. I think Pacers will win. And then the Rangers, they won a game last night in shootout, in OT. 4-3, 4-7 on the season, 6-3 on the season. It's the Sharks. They won that game, and 4 wins for the Rangers isn't bad. I mean, they're playing pretty good. Tomorrow they play against the Ducks. I'll do that game tomorrow. Rangers playoff chances at 8% right now. Can they reverse the trend? Yes, that's how you know they're going through a rebuild. It's probably going to be Lundqvist's last season. I actually may wear my Lundqvist jersey today. Even though it's Halloween, I never thought of something. Guess I'll be Henrik Lundqvist. So, that's the show. Thanks for popping by. Thanks for watching. And, of course, hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to do anything, just write in the comments. If you want me to talk about a certain topic, if you want me to talk about the World Series, write in the comments. If you want me to talk about a trade that went on, write in the comments. If you want me to talk about KD earlier than later, type in the comments. That's why the comments are there, so I can hear your suggestions. So please type there. I do know I'm not a million subscriber, million viewer, watcher, but I know there's about 5 and 6 of you out there that watch. So please stop by, watch, and that's what I'm here for you to learn, get all your sports knowledge, and I'm back. So that's what I'm here for me to learn sports, and for you so that I can tell you the sports. So you having to look it up online, and sometimes online's got false information. That's why I go to the ESPN sites and things like that to look up. Got all my sports apps. So anyway, thank you for watching. I will be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's a poppin' day. I'm very happy. Of course, it's the Friday, and it's gonna be the weekend. That's always happy. That's always exciting. Wait, is tomorrow Friday? I gotta look it up. I probably sound so stupid. What is today? I gotta look this up. I don't know what it is. No, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Because I have to do something tomorrow. I have to do something tomorrow. I'll be potty, but it's Wednesday. Dang it. I was hoping tomorrow was the weekend. That's fine. Okay, well, thanks for watching. And, yes, it's Wednesday. Sorry, I know you're going to hear it in the beginning of the video. Of course, me saying it's tomorrow I'll be talking sports. But tomorrow I'm going to be talking sports. I'm not going to be talking about football. I talk about that Friday. Unless if a big trade comes out. I may talk about some of the football trades tomorrow. But we will see. So, thanks for watching. Like always, hope you enjoyed it. And, yes, I'm back. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.